Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I figured we'd do another Blokees build here and build Arcee from Rise of the Beasts. Just standard stuff, pull them out, spruce trees and everything. Let's put that down there. Okay, right there. Those parts go right there. Oh, that is not a lot. I've noticed that the Rise of the Beast figures are about as tall as about as tall as Ironhide from Transformers 1, so they're not terribly tall. It's got some nice artwork here. The best part is this. That's pretty nice. I've got Optimus, Bumblebee, now Arcee. I do want to get the other ones. Build more of them. The Rise of the Beast ones, they come with stickers. Stick on the pads there. Alright. Now let's get started by opening these guys up here. I was looking online, I'm not sure. When you look online nowadays, the first thing that comes up is an AI overview, so I was looking at whether I could play music. Like Transformers music, and it said no. I have to do a little bit of more research on that. It'd be nice to kind of do it the same way I do Star Trek music. When I did do it those times, it'd be nice if I could. Dang, those are tiny hands. Look at that. Come on, focus. Hopefully you can see that. That's a lot tinier. Okay. Okay. See if I can turn this around. Crumbs. I don't have one of. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay, so I've got one of Megatron's hands here. I do. Come on, focus. Wait, look at that. That's how much smaller they are compared to the Transformers 1. Now Optimus's hands are a little bit bigger because he is one of the taller figures of this from this movie. But Arcee is just so small. Bumblebee's, I think, an inch shorter than Optimus. Then I'll do I'll probably do I'll show off the figures. Those that I have here soon. Yeah, it's a very, very, very small figure. You've got how many spruces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did you go? I think you went here. Okay, so yeah, 9 spruces from 3 different bags. 3 spruces is a bag. Gosh, that's so small. Put that in there. E1, 2 and 4. Cool. I remember going to see a little bit. That's hard to remember that. But I believe I remember going and seeing Rise of the Beasts in theaters. I do remember going and seeing the Bumblebee movie in theaters. Rise of the Beasts, for me, that was my first Transformers experience. Now, Bumblebee, I really don't count because I was a little bit younger and I had not it'd been a while since I had been invested in Transformers, but I'd have to say that Transformers: Rise of the Beast is my first experience getting back into Transformers and just loving it. I still like it. It's still good to this day. Mirage. Oh my gosh, Pete Davidson. Gosh. I mean, he and Noah, it's like Sam and Bumblebee, but more on the comedy level, sort of thing. Like you have Noah, he is very much grounded in everything, and then here you have Pete Davidson. It's like it's like a match made in heaven kind of thing, kind of like the Michael Bayverse of Transformer movies and Linkin Park. My favorite song out of those three, from the first three movies, is "Iridescent" by Linkin Park. And even his in the ending speech from Optimus in Dark of the Moon. That's a great speech. I had really fun watching the movie. I go back and watch it from time to time. Actually, when I was first building, I'll back it up a little bit further. When I first got these figures, I got both Optimus Primes from the 07 film, and Dark of the Moon film. And I can't remember who else I got, but I got those two. I remember I got those two. And I built both of those, I think, in one single night after I got home from work. And I just wanted to... Actually, I just built Optimus in one night. I just wanted to de-stress, and I was just watching Transformers movies. That's all I wanted to watch. I just watched Transformers movies starting from the beginning, starting from the 07 film, just go onwards. And I was fast-forwarding. That's typical of me. I was having so much fun watching it. When I did first buy them, I was giddy as a kid. I loved it. It was me just getting back into it, and I loved it. And that's what these little figures are. It's something fun to do for me, just to pass the time here and there. So F13. And so I think it was last week, talking to some of the guys there, one of the workers there, and one of the guys, he was asking about the Transformers figures, and we got to talking about those. We got to talking about movies as well. We're just those guys were a little bit older than I was. I was kind of the younger guy of that conversation. But I mean, it's cool to listen to like their favorite movies, and yours kind of aligns with theirs a little bit, in the sense that, for instance, Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of the best movies from the Indiana Jones franchise. Now, I do like Last Crusade, I'll say that. Temple of Doom is also pretty good. Now, people do not like Temple of Doom because it's dark in some areas, and that's honestly your opinion. I won't tell you otherwise. But I think for a lot of us, Last Crusade is one of the best movies, is one of our favorites. But Raiders is definitely one of the greatest movies of the three movies. Let's just say the three movies. The fifth Indiana Jones movie is basically the same thing of my experience going and seeing Rise of the Beast. It was my first experience. I was still getting into Indiana Jones at that point. I had acquired a few things, but for me, that was my Raiders movie in a sense. Transformers: Rise of the Beast was my 07 film in that regard. And same thing for a lot of kids. There were probably some older fans there. But for me, those are a couple of my favorite movies. Now, I do say there is problems with Dial of Destiny. I do accept that there are problems. So, I mean, yeah, they could have done better, but I think we look at it nowadays. We just look at it, and there are some of us who do like it, and okay, if you can get past some of the parts, it's a really good movie. Although a lot of us cannot get past Helena Shaw. It's like, oh my gosh, and not like it's sometimes just that's just me. You just want to vomit sometimes, I guess. at the way they've kind of ruined male characters. Let's put. What you doing? E23. There we go. Gee, whiz, this figure is so small. 9 spruce trees. Gee whiz. Okay, that one goes there. There we go. Okay, good. But yeah, if you haven't seen Rise of the Beast, I highly recommend you go and watch it. Great movie. Is there any... I know people say they wish more was done with it, and I do agree. Wish you could have seen Air Razor in her robot form. Just a whole lot of things, and there are rumors of that's the wrong hand. No, it is the right hand. Of Michael Bay coming back and directing Transformers movies, because apparently, I guess Rise of the Beast and the Bumblebee movie didn't exactly, well, Rise of the Beast mainly, and I think probably Transformers 1 didn't do it as well as Paramount was hoping to, so they're bringing Michael Bay back. I've seen a few of those memes, and I think it's true. There's a few projects in the works. Now, a lot of people are hoping that like there'd be like an ending to this whole thing, in the sense of like what's going to happen with Unicron now, because the Earth is literally around him. Like he is the core of the planet. And then, well, that's the same thing in Transformers Prime. Unicron's the core of the Earth. And then I kind of want to see if they go any further with like a sequel or something, because I know there's a G.I. Joe, because I have seen a thing on there's going to be a G.I. Joe and Transformers movie. People have their own mixed feelings on that, and I kind of want to see where it's going to go. Let's go with the body next, because I think it was pretty cool. I did not expect that to happen, to be quite honest. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh crap. I remember the director's name, Stephen Cable Jr. I could not remember his name the last time. Stephen Cable Jr. I think he did a pretty good job on the movie for what he was given. Yeah, that lights up pretty easily. Now, for what directors are given, they try to do the best job they can. But there are a few outlier directors who want to just take a franchise and just shove it into the ground. Or some actors, namely Jared Leto. Some people say that he destroyed the Spider-Verse with what he did with Mobius, I think the movie was called. I know a lot of people hated that movie. I do wish we would have got, and that some say that killed, and there are things that say that movie killed the Amazing Spider-Man universe. And if that's true, then why do we still keep casting them, such as in the last Tron movie? I know I do see that people did like it, but I think some people would have really wanted to see the characters from the last Tron movie, from Tron Legacy. I mean, that would have been interesting, but I mean, a lot of people, probably of my generation, probably later millennials, they are maybe even like middle to late millennials, probably early Gen Zs, when they saw those movies, like that's kind of that was their movie. That was their movie. A lot of people say it should have ended. Should have been. It's a good movie. Leave it right there. It's kind of like with Last Crusade. Now, some people do, some people don't when it comes to those movies. It should have been just 3. Not a lot of people like Crystal Skull. There's a lot of people who don't like Dial of Destiny. Some people say like movies should end. Like the 3rd movie should have been the last one. No other movies. And there's a lot of people who think the same thing about other movies from different genres. So, and the unfortunate part is that studios these days, they want to resurrect old IPs that I would say ended pretty well on a pretty high note, and they just want to ram it in the ground with their whole BS ideology, their, pardon my language, horseshit. Star Trek Discovery. I tried to get into it just a little bit. Strange New World started off pretty good, but then it kind of Picard, rough start. I think I'm a sucker for Patrick Stewart as Jean-Luc Picard. So that's just my opinion. I know some people didn't like a lot of Picard. Where is that? Oh, you a clear piece. You are a clear piece. We all have our own opinions, but I would say, like, I think a lot of millennials, even if it's like the early to the late millennials, very, very early Gen Z, like 97, probably even before 2000, or maybe it's just the millennials that, like, they like those movies so much, they said, just leave it as is, don't make any more. And then they finally see those movies and they just want a little nostalgia hits them very hard, and it's like, why'd you do this? Why would you do this? Why would you can it? Why would you can it this hard? F12. Son of a gun. Oh, there you are. Like, movies are a beautiful thing, but unfortunately these days it's more of people's microphone, because they can't get an edge in that they want in society, in the sense that they can't say what they want, so they turn to the movies, they shit on them horribly, and no one's gonna like it, and that's how you lose a lot of money. And sometimes people who should be fired don't get fired, and the people who shouldn't get fired get fired. And unfortunately, you see a lot of that with Star Wars, how John Boyega, he should have been the main character in Star Wars 7. Like, I thought he was pretty good, and then you have Rey. No offense to the actress, I'm sure she's a great actress, but the character of Rey, I'm sorry, is just a can of shitty worms. Like, you want to go fishing, what do you have? You got, it's like, what the hell are these worms? I apologize for my language. And it's like, what the heck? What kind of can? I didn't buy this can of worms. Just chuck it out there for fish food. It's like, I didn't ask for this. And unfortunately, one of those people who should have been fired and just had someone new take over, in my opinion, Kathleen Kennedy should at least be fired. Wrong piece. F110. There you are. And it's the same thing with games. Games are now being just torn apart. The publishers, they just want to keep pumping out the same BS crap. It makes them money. One being Activision. 8. There you are, 8. They'll just keep pumping out the same thing. And Battlefield did very, very well. I think it did very, very well. I liked playing it. Campaign, in my opinion. It's not the next big Michael Bay film of Battlefield or Call of Duty, but it did pretty well. And unfortunate, Black Ops 7, honestly, I think Black Ops 2, Black Ops 7 does not need to continue the Black Ops 2 storyline. It does not need to. You had multiple endings in that game. Sometimes there were hard choices. Like, you want to keep this character alive, but this character had to go, and vice versa. So, and I think that game was more of, okay, let's experiment. Let's just give people a choice in all of this. All right, so F. No, that's D1, 2. Goes in the back. That's the same thing with movies. I think new things need to be done. New ideas. I know there's not a lot of new ideas floating around in Hollywood, or maybe there are, but they just get shot down because they're afraid it won't make them money. And actually, this was actually like, it was a video I saw on Instagram that Kevin Feige said we did quantity over quality, and unfortunately they did with the small shows like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That was a great show. I would compare it to Psych, basically an adult version of Shawn and Gus, but they're superheroes. Vision, was it Vision? I think it was called, the series. Like, it's Wanda and Vision. Didn't really think it was that good a looking as a show. Let's see, D2, 3. There you are. Just look kind of weird, because all you have is just a little teenage kid just, I don't know, having tantrums. Okay. And even I guess Doctor Strange 3, is Multiverse of Madness, didn't exactly do very well in that department. D110. Again, it's just oversaturation of multiple projects. No one likes She-Hulk. I didn't even want to watch it just from the few clips. Like, yeah, I don't want to watch this. Of the very, very few clips that I did watch, and others you see from videos from other creators who are just seeing everything just go to pieces. I'll take that off, actually. And I just realized that the camera's not pointed down. I actually just... Yeah, okay. I apologize. The camera's not pointed down, but I will show you what I have done so far. So I did the arm. Look at that arm. That is very, very short. That's probably 1.5 inches at least. Come on. Now I'll turn the camera around for you guys. Look. That. That's how small the figure is. Good bend. Almost 90 degrees. The torso and the lower body, there it is, lighting up. Pretty good, honestly. Come on, focus. Yes, very, very small figure. But like media, whether it be books, video games, comics, my goodness, Marvel comics. Have you seen a lot of Marvel comics? Mainly relating to Spider-Man. Or even any characters, they are just getting crapped on for some reason. Like, poor Spider-Man, he can't have a life, honestly, and that's kind of this. It's as if these comic writers and artists just hate their life, so now they have to crap on characters that people love. And it's like, why would you do that? Just why? Or they project themselves onto newer characters, and you're like, and your reaction is, I did not ask for this. I don't want it. I don't care. Go away. Get out of my life. I want some peace and quiet now. It's just a complete... it's sad. So, alright, I'm going to point the camera down for you guys so you don't have to continually watch my face. Okay, so yeah. I think we'll just put it up here. Now it says these tires here can be used can be built into the legs as well. Right down here for the legs. I'll probably just put them up on the back. What do we need? Need the tires. F2 1. Put that one. Now, dang it. There we go. There's that side. And then F19. There you are. And the same thing is kind of going on with the Halo games. People say that 343 is not understanding everything, and to an extent I can understand where everything's coming from. Now I know a lot of people didn't like 4. Everyone agrees that 5's campaign. Now I do like it to a certain extent, but honestly it's like, really, come on. And Infinite, I really don't care for it, honestly. It's honestly, I do agree that things were a lot better back then. Like, for instance, those older games, the older Halo games, they were made by gamers for gamers. Okay. Just looking at the option here. Okay, so F17. It's sad of where everything is going. I guess we all just wish we could return to that golden age of gaming. Unfortunately, it's one of those things that has passed. It's almost like the chance of being able to afford a home, and like the golden age of the United States. And it's sad of where everything's kind of going. Everyone's at each other's throats, whether you're Republican or Democrat or even conservative. We're all kind of at a throat, and I don't even know what to where to go. All I got is my faith in God. So I don't know. You look at everything and you just kind of lose hope in humanity, and just it's tired. Thinking about it right now is just tired. There's a lot of things I wish could be done. Go away, you fly. There's a lot of things I wish could be done, but it's not happening. So, you could equate it to, if you watched Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. When they're looking for their clothes, who's it? I think it was Caleb that said, "All I got is my boots." In the sense that all I got is my faith. So, what are you gonna do? What can you do except just work your job and just find whatever time you can to take off? And I'm thinking about doing that here, just taking 2 weeks off. Now, some people will say that. Some people might comment, "Oh, that's a lot." It's like, well, when you've been doing the job that I have been doing, closing the store for several months, it's like, well, you have people on hand that have been there as well. Just kind of either train them, or B, they've been with you, learning how to do that sort of thing. And it's like, why do I need to keep staying here when you have several people you can pull from? It's just a weird thing that's just going on. So 8 goes on that side. I apologize for my rambling, but Where's this going? That's going right down there. Of course, now where are you going? That's going right there. Again, I've got frustrations with everything, and whenever you talk about one thing, my frustration leads into a whole can of worms. So sometimes you just wish everything would just return to normal, back to normal. And whether it will or not is unsure at this moment. At this moment, we really don't know what's gonna happen. So all we can do is just pray. So that one's number 1. So I'm building the head right now, building Arcee's head. My camera's not pointing where it should be. Point it up just a little bit. Okay. Go. Alright, well, there's her head. What's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 pieces. There you go. I'll put that right down there. Alright, we're on to the left arm. E1. Here we go. Like I said, this is a very, very small figure. F11. F11. There we go. I'm just gonna snip it off. I trimmed my fingernail, my thumbnail last night, the one I was using to mostly get these off, so gotta be careful. Okay, and there. There we go. Now let's turn that just a little bit. There. That's a little better. And then D1, 6. 6. Here we go. And E2, 4. E2, 4. Again, not a huge bend. It's like almost 90 degrees, maybe around the 85 to 89, maybe a little bit smaller of a bend in the hand. Not too many options with this. Not too many options with Arcee. That spruce has 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces left. These 2 spruce pieces are done. It's off camera. It's again very, very small figure. I think probably after I get the last few figures of the Rise of the Beast, I'll show them off. I'll probably do a separate video on showing off some of the other figures as well. Maybe that one goes like that. Alright, the legs. We're going to do the right leg. F16. Correct. Yeah, F16. Go. B1, 1 and 2. Come on. Okay. 2. Go. Okay. Almost done. It's a I cannot stress how small this figure is. Come on. Heck, I may just go watch some of the Transformers movie here soon. Go. Okay. Just keep those as the wings. D17. Usually D2. Put on D2 too. F112. F112. Oh, there you are. Okay. D17. Go. There we go. Wow. Put the figures on here. Everything's almost like, wow. I mean, proportions are a little bit different. They scaled up the image here just a little bit bigger on the figure, but everything almost looks pretty much like 1-to-1 scale from the figure to the parts for the figure. It's almost 1-to-1 with the picture reference. Okay, so I need, pardon me. Okay, I need F115. 15. Go. Go, and then E25. 5. Come on. Okay.
Well, here's Arcee's her right leg. It's got her name on the piece there. Bend. More than 90 degree. Foot, pretty good range of motion.
Not too bad. Just put that right there. Put together the next one. Let's see. Let's do this. F15. Here we go. Come on. Go. Go. There. Okay. Got the joint there. There we go. In E2 1. There we go. Come on. There we go. Shoot. Okay, come here. Let's see if I can pop it. Can I twist this thing? No, I can't. Alright, well, let's see if I can pop it up like this. Nope, not gonna work like that. Let's see, let's try this thing here. Nope, it's not gonna work either. Yeah, I twisted this thing. This thing is pointed the wrong way. Ah, there we go. Unfortunately, you'll have to use your teeth if you screw up something like that. There we go. All right, legs in the place where it should be. I mean, the joint is in the place where it should be. All right, that's on there. Where am I next? Okay, I need F111. Go. Okay, we need a D14. Those pieces, and then D21. Go. That spruce is finished up. Okay, that one goes there. Alright, and this guy. Alright, that spruce is finished up. That one's still there. And then this is the last piece. Alright. Well, again,
Same type of foot. Right, good. Oh, except for some reason this one is wanting to pop out. Again, good range of motion.
I don't know why. Well, could just be it's just bending too far. As long as I don't bend it too far, it should be pretty good. It's not one of those huge deal breaker kind of thing. If it still makes connection, that's pretty good. So we'll put her together. Oh, gee whiz. Got a very, very small figure. Oh, gee whiz.
See?
Very, very small. I do not have my compared to, like,
Look at that. She's small.
if I had him standing straight up, she'd be probably an inch shorter or so than him. Okay, I'm gonna take our spruce pieces here and just stuff them right back in the bag. If you're looking for a very, very quick and easy one, Arcee, the small figure out of the bunch. Bumblebee, I'd say, is right up there with her, but maybe Mirage. I have not built Mirage. Let's put these in here. Okay. Do we have the guns? Come on. Now, I'll just take her right arm here. The handoff. This one is 4. Yeah, it's 4. Just give her one. Just give her one of her guns here. Just take the other one off. And what I like doing is whatever accessories that you go there. Yeah, you can go there. Like the bag that usually has any of your torso pieces or anything, I like to stick extra accessories into there. So, okay. This little guy here is just a stand. Yeah, she doesn't, her feet are not big enough to be able to grab onto the plates. You should have gone in there. Anyway, come here. There we go. Okay. Not a terribly long video. 45 minutes-ish. Alright, and the last one is the base plate. The last one's the base plates. Again, the Rise of the Beast figures, they're things, they come with stickers, and that's what we'll be doing. Let's see, I'll just put that on there, put the instructions away. Now when you're doing this, you want to be very, very careful, make sure everything gets lined up where it should be. Take my glasses off for this. I remember I had to be very, very careful when I first did these ones. What I like doing is just lining up very, very carefully. Okay. As long as you get your smaller hole lined up and everything, the rest of them should be smooth sailing from there. Okay. So just take your time, don't rush it, because it's where these guys are gonna be sitting. They sit in the little holes, and if you can get those lined up pretty good, then you're pretty much there. Okay. There. Call that good. Alright, so that's going into there. Pull the instructions out to kind of figure out. Okay. I'll just kind of follow the instructions of how everything's going to sit. And then how's this figure going to be set in? That's the bigger question. Guess it's just kind of sits around that. I think so. I'm not entirely sure how this thing works. Oh, there we go. So it clips right around there, right around the belly. Just kind of pose the figure however you want. It's not one of those things I'm overly worried about. Alright, well, Arcee, Rise of the Beasts. I'll just open up this little guy here for you guys. Let's see what's that. Honestly, I can't wait to see what other figures they got. I know they've got other lines. They got Star Wars, I saw. I think they got. I'm hoping for more Transformers because they really, really struck it gold with some of those figures. So that's kind of my hope, is that that's kind of maybe, I don't know, call it copium if you want, or whatever. I just hope they do more with the Transformers line because it's a gold line. I know people will say, oh, they're probably going to milk it. It's like, well, if people want Transformers, yeah, they're going to milk it. And I mean, there's other IPs they can get their hands on, and if they start doing, if they're finished with Transformers, and just make sure they make sure they'll still produce some for other people to get into, for other people to buy. They keep going with some of those. They let people buy them. I mean, it builds a following and all. You'll probably have a few here and there that might have missing parts or two, missing part or two. But if they branch off into more, good for them. One of the things I just hope for is that they do more of the Transformers. Now I've got right here, I've got Nemesis Prime. I'm only gonna open up just to look on the inside tab, because on the inside tab, right here, it says Transformers Rise of the Beast. I know it is backwards. The screen of the phone is facing towards me. So that says Rise of the Beasts right there. So I just wanted to see if this says the same thing. It says, yeah, this says Rise of the Beast. Let's turn the camera around. Like this is Nemesis Prime. And that says Transformers Rise of the Beast. Now, it could concept art. Maybe Scourge probably was gonna be Optimus Prime. I don't know. Maybe that's for another future installment. Hopefully they'll do more. And I know some people do like transforming figures. Some people don't like these, vice versa kind of thing. Or maybe there's some people who do like both. And personally, I like these. It's a little hard to get into the the transforming figure ones, because you got bulky ones. I've got several Bumblebee figures. I think I've got his Rise of the Beast alt mode. I've got his 07 film, not the newer Camaro, but the older Camaro. I think I may have his newer Camaro. I believe I have his Bumblebee one, whether small or big one, I can't remember. But I like these figures. I don't have to. I can buy these in the morning if I want to. If I'm having a bad day at work, I can just come home, build one of these, and chill as ever. You can buy several of the small Defender packs. They're Galaxy stuff. But it's a really, really cool set of figures that they've got. I think maybe the next video I'll show off some of the 07 films, and I'll just kind of keep accumulating. I'll probably keep accumulating. I'll find a shelf for all of these. That's going to be it for this video. A little bit of ranting here and there, talking about... I love Transformers. I love the movies. Yeah, there's some outliers here and there. Shia LaBeouf as Sam, kind of that character. Mark Wahlberg, I think he did a pretty good job. Even if some people see it as kind of terrible movies of Age of Extinction and The Last Night, but I like them. So, Bumblebee, it's a good movie. It's got good moments. Rise of the Beast, kind of that movie that's my first experience. It's my 07 film, if you will, or it could have been something akin to people seeing the animated film that came out in the 80s, I think. So I got nothing. I got nothing else to talk about. I think next video we'll be doing a little bit more. I'm not exactly consistent at this moment. I'm just trying to put out something that will give you guys something to watch, that you don't have to like watch more Charger stuff. Yeah, let me bring it down now. I got my tube of glue for everything. I'm ready to put this in, but I gotta put the dashboard, the dash there thing. I gotta put the steering wheel in. I may or may not. I gotta put the firewall in as well. I may or may not throw on decals. I don't know. This kit. Do not buy it unless you really, really want to. If you're a little bit more experienced and you don't mind this kind of kit, if you want to tear into it in a sense, just make it your own. You don't care. But for some of you newbies out there, please do not buy this MPC 69 charger. I would say go with one of Revell's, either the 69 or the 70 charger. The 70 charger, one way it's different is it doesn't have that center piece right there. It's the center silver piece. It's flat all the way. Revell's 69 charger is one of the better ones. Got a couple there. One's mine, one's my dad's. Maybe I'll go back and just do it on my own, kind of the same. I'll just like buy it, build it off camera, show it in a later video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, I'll try my best with this kit. It's not gonna be perfect. I try. It's a pain in my butt. So I'll try to give you guys the best videos I can, the best way I know how. And just give you guys a little warning. Newbies, do not buy this kit. Please don't. But like for you, any of you newbies out there, just wanted to get something fun. You don't want to paint anything, glue anything. Try Blokees. Give it a shot. Pick up any of the guys you want. It doesn't have every Autobot. I think Blokees is sitting on a gold mine. Make all the 07 characters. Make any of the Revenge of the Fallen, Age of Extinction, all those figures there. Make all those guys there. Like Ironhide. Ironhide from the Bayverse films. Be awesome to have that character. He's got two versions. He's got the 07, Revenge of the Fallen, and then Dark of the Moon. He doesn't have his arm cannons. Just do that. It's like do two figures. Do that. I'll bet you that they'll sell pretty quickly. Well, not pretty quickly. Like they'll probably sell moderate, but again, do something like that. People have fun with it. I'm having fun with it. I'll probably do a comparison of all the Prime figures I've got. Demarcation Media. Look him up. He's got several Transformers Blokees videos. Go watch his. He's got the whole thing on it. Got a playlist on that. He's comparing all the Optimus figures. What's his favorite ones? Some of the ones he's gotten from overseas that you can't get here in America because they were exclusive over there. Some of those. I cannot remember what the version is called, but basically, think of like this Optimus figure here, but he's been given a nice glossy finish that looks awesome. Go give his channel a look. Go look at that video up. It's fun to watch. You get to see the different versions sold here and exclusive versions overseas in Asia. I got nothing else. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Keep it real.